Hi, I'm Sam and this is Art Look Learn. In this lesson we are going to learn how to draw a sphere. Now just a few quick tips on drawing a sphere before we jump into our drawing. Our light is coming in from the upper left, making a highlight where it hits right there. It is surrounded by those nice middle grays, also known as midtones. Those are followed by the darkest values over in the shadow area. Those are known as the core shadow. Our cast shadow lies right there, and right there we see a reflected highlight. That is where light is hitting that table or surface and bouncing up onto our object. Move from your shoulder and avoid wiggling your wrist as you really lightly draw in several circles. And then draw in an ellipse for the shadow, and go back and erase the lines that you don't need, choosing to keep the lines that look most circular. However, don't worry if it's not perfect. Remember, it's just all about practice. That is where my highlight is going to go. And then keeping that in mind, I'm going to start shading around. I'm going to make short lines that follow the contour of my sphere. I'm going to start lighter and then continue to darken them up as I go. So starting very light and then moving out to that white spot where the highlight sits. If I turn my paper as I go, it can make that shading a little bit easier and help me follow the contour a little bit better. It can also help me see what I'm drawing better and actually see if it's really circular. So I can always, as I turn my paper, kind of adjust the shape of my circle as I need to. It's really important to learn how to draw a sphere because it translates to so many other objects, like for example, fruit, eggs, other objects in still lifes, and people. People are all about spheres. All of our joints are spheres, can be drawn from spheres like knees, shoulders, even the eyeballs or nose can come from a sphere. And in nature, think about the setting sun or water drops, stones, bubbles, all come from spheres. So I'm just going to continue to darken up the values, leaving the midtones that nice middle gray, and then making a soft transition between the darks and lights. I'm leaving that little reflected highlight where the light bounces off the table and goes back up and hits the sphere. And then making all the other areas on this side really nice and dark. And then again pushing lighter on my pencil as I move out into those lighter midtones. Making my shadow nice and really dark. The shadow is always on the opposite side of where the light hits the object. And I'm just softening the edges of that shadow a little bit so it's not a really harsh shadow. And here, if I wanted to, I could add a little bit of background in, or just leave it as it is. I hope you had as much fun as I did drawing and shading in a sphere. I hope to see you next time here at Art Look Learn.